Suffer, is it? Suffer deeply. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we're gonna play Grandpa Money. That is Edgar, a reference to Edgar, the charmed groom, the grandpa of vampires on Innistrad, and an homage, of course, to Blood Money, the deck that I worked on a lot back in Standard 2022. Yeah, that was it. Standard 2022 was the format before Innistrad came out. Philippe Landum, one of those, managed to win the Croquis tournament. So Croquis held a tournament on Twitch. It was a single elimination standard tournament a few days after the new set came out with Crimson Vow legal, which was really awesome. And Felipe brought it home using black-white Blood Money, and I'm sure Croquis hated that because I'm sure he thinks these decks are trash. And probably the most interesting thing about the version of the deck was Edgar, Charmed Groom, which was a 4 of in the main deck. And I can see some of the appeal for sure, because when Edgar dies, it returns to the battlefield as a coffin that poops out 1/1s, and having a bunch of 1/1s to continue to stall and basically having that around all the time is really convenient when you're making things die constantly with Blood on the Snow, the Meat Hook Massacre. Deadly Dispute is something that can sacrifice Edgar to protect him from removal spells. You know, things like that come in really handy, and the chump blockers are really useful when you want to exploit a Fellstinger, another new card in the deck. Fellstinger is a 3/2 Death Touch exploit. When it exploits a creature, draw 2, lose 2. So it's a good little burst of card advantage that replaces the Skullport Merchant. And I've actually found I like Fellstinger a bit more than Skullport Merchant in every matchup that isn't extreme aggro. Against full-on white aggro, the 1/4 body and the treasure that helps you pay the taxes from Thalia and Redain is really important, but against everything else the Fellstinger is usually better. Against mono green, they don't want to tangle with the Death Toucher, and against control you can burn their face when you need to, or you can draw cards to keep up with them card advantage wise if you need to. I thought that Sorin would be the card that would take this spot, and in the Sorin versus Edgar battle I see a lot of benefit to having another Planeswalker in the 4-drop space, and Sorin is, in my opinion, a really good card for the deck. So Edgar trying to take that spot might be a story of not enough mythics and enough rares in the wild card category, but I'm still going to try it out because respect, they pounded all the little aggro mages in the Croquis tournament. So Felipe's got to have a moment in the sun here on the YouTube channel. Let's dive in. Let the Grandpa Money nonsense begin. 1 lander. 2 lander. Let's see what happens. They open the door. It's a good start for them, but the start doesn't matter very much in these matchups. I could exile this. Nah, save it for Loth. Man, is Snow-Covered Plains a horrible card in this deck, but what can you do? You could run Pathways, but then your Blood on the Snows are so much worse and your Faceless Havens never turn on. I don't know, man. I think it's this. Hook them up with a treasure. I'll get sciences to make sure I get my lands. That didn't work out.
Thank you. Like you can deal with my servant. Please excuse my sudden egress.
Oh, baby. It's hard mode today. Gotta keep the deck moving, but let's get Fumes and just be ready for their next Planeswalker. Okay. Didn't draw the land for the hook. We'll have to do that soon. Yep. Feels great. And another Ghast. And another Ghast. Deadly Dispute off the top. So, we want to hook for 3 because we want to kill this. So, I guess we keep setting up. Just keeping that life total high. Staying in the game. Our opponent having a little mana trouble. We don't want to fix it for him too much. I wonder if I'm... Yeah, so let's do it like this. We block, and then we sacrifice, because I don't even want to give them the treasure. I don't want them to get a Planeswalker down this turn. Well, they did have the land, and they didn't power up a Haven, and they did nothing. That's weird. That's very weird. I think I can hook for 3 and use a Field of Ruin on a Haven, but then they'll just use the other Haven. And there's no way to hold up the mana otherwise. That's rough. So I have to take 4? All right. I have nothing to do with the other mana. So be it. Another option is we could play the Lulth. We could play a Lulth and a hook for 0. Man, we're taking at least 5 doing that. It's pretty bad. Yeah, we got a hook. Fortunately, it gains back some life. It does supercharge up their draw now, though. They're going to get their treasures. They're going to get to play their Lulth. They're going to get to fetch their Mascot Exhibition if they want that, although that would be welcome since we have another hook. Kind of weird that they didn't power up their Haven and attack with it last turn since they had nothing else to do. Witch returns. Cool. I mean, that wasn't much of a turn. That feels good. We've got to assume if I play this, it'll die. If we play this, will it get exiled? Probably not, but it also can't block.
You could have such power. Subservience will be rewarded.
Okay, they're using a treasure to do that, make a pest. Cool.
We will slay our enemy.
Of course, they get to attack the Lulth with the Menacing Witch. Okay, each player sacrifices a creature, you draw a card, transform. Let's see what they do. Henrika. Discard, in my opinion, not as good as everything else they could play. All right, we're sacking.
Do what I demand.
Lulth goes down. No reason to use a Field of Ruin here because they'll just have another Haven to activate and the mana to do it.
Fall into my web again.
Best to hold the Haven open, or the Field of Ruin open for the Haven they do activate. So let's see, they have this Menace creature, they have this thing that can be a 3-something lifelink, so we could hook now, or we could play out Edgar and Shambling Ghast, and then hook later anyway. The thing is, if we play hook now, we don't have it for mascots. I'm gonna try to get them to commit. It might not work, but we're gonna try. Also, the sooner you have Edgar down doing Edgar things, the better, I suppose. He's not doing much in the hand. So even if he dies to a massacre, we'll start, you know, getting our 1/1s out of him. Our opponent wants all the value, which is probably smart. We're in a value-driven battle. What are you gonna do? Kill it? Uh-huh. They want to get in with the witch. Makes sense. Hopefully we draw something good. I don't want to have to play the hook here, but I guess there's still... Okay, they still need to draw another land to play the exhibition. Okay, that makes it easier. Do we just get back Lolth? Actually, let's attack. And then hook. And then the exhibition, then we Blood on the Snow. Because we get to keep Edgar on the board. Uh-huh. See if they want to block. You take it. Okay. Silly auto tapper. Tricks are for kids. The coffin is here, baby. Come here, buddy.
Envy the strong, for they consume a gift in exchange for loyalty.
All right, so the coffin is on the board. At the beginning of your upkeep, make a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink and put a bloodline counter on this. How exciting. Oh, bummer.
At least there is blood on your hands.
Oh, lifelink can go a long way. Destroy all planeswalkers, but resurrect this one.
You require my aid. I will cull the weak.
So, now what? They open the door. Boom. We'll try it. All right. Let's head to the board, grab the sciences, go, go, go. Snow-covered mountains, huh? To what going on over there? What you doing? Reckless Stormseeker. Aggressive red strategy? They're dead. That's not gonna fly. I think I'm gonna Deadly Dispute here. Try to find some more action. Moonveil Regent is a card you can cast. We're good with the Professor. We can throw the Professor under a bus. Or we can just grasp it and have this for the next thing. Yeah, then they kill this and we get Mascot Exhibition, I guess. Pretty good. Faceless Haven. Here comes a dragon. Being aggressive, too. Let's see if they target something here. Frostbite. Go get the exhibition. Fumes the dragon, though they probably have another. Just based on how the hand is played out. It's been a really slow hand. They probably kept it for a reason. Interesting. I see. It's an explosive deck. Hits hard. Down to 7. You think they have like Crackle with Power in there? Orb of Dragon Kind. Dig for Dragon. You already have the best dragon, Faceless Haven. All right, Moonveil. Are they dead? They're dead, right? Attack all. Block here, block here. They fall to 4. I play this. They fall to 1. I only need to play it for 1 at that point, so I can also play Lulth. All right.
Darkness will swallow the light.
Why play Lulth pre-combat? I want those extra counters on it, baby. Just good habit. I often forget to play Lulth pre-combat. Wow. Okay. We got a thinker. What to do, what to do. There we go.
My power is for annihilation. Aren't I the generous one? Aren't I the generous?
Glorious. Glorious Meatook Massacre. And we go first. Hey. What up, gamers? You know what it is. It's land. Always land. Island, huh? What you up to? I think I'd try to play Lulth next turn. What are they going to do for 1 mana that stops a deadly dispute? Nothing. All right, so we need untapped land for Lulth in the top 3. Am I asking too much, deck? Am I asking too much? It'll really suck if we give up our clock and do nothing with it. Yay, Haven, best land we could draw. Yeah, discard to hand size.
Subservience will be rewarded.
That much nothing, huh? Are we powering up Haven? It's the most damage. If they can kill it, they will, and then we can deadly dispute it. Gotta press them. Press them till they die. Great. They're just gonna take like 5 turns next turn. Got it. All right. All right. What do you hold up in a situation like this? Let's draw. Since we're not gonna spider. I don't know if holding up anything matters.
And deadly.
So, nothing very efficient we can hold up anyway. What can they play? They'll have all these birds, which we're gonna try to kill. None of this really matters, I don't think, so I'm just gonna loot this into something else. That might matter. That might matter. They don't have a foretold epiphany. They can't do it this turn. They would have to sacrifice all their treasures to cast an epiphany to make 2 1/1s. Okay, that sucks.
All of you.
That sucks.
And my will cannot be denied.
They're at 10. How do I kill them? What's the path that leads them to a horrible, hideous death that they fully deserve? Hit them for 4, play Sinkhole, play Shambling Ghast. And they're at 6. Then hit them for 4, 5, play Hook, play Stinger. That's what we need to happen. There's no way to sneak the Hook out this time. We could play Stinger off Shambling Ghast and draw ourselves, but I don't think more cards helps us. Well, they've got something. Gross. But do they attack? Yes. Always attack. So their dragon burned down the house, unexpected windfall. They're a hybrid. Hybrid of turns and dragon. Okay. It's a little wheel spinny. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm trying to figure out how to kill him without powering up Haven. Like, get the Hook on the battlefield, play the Fell Stinger targeting them, play a Deadly Dispute. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Can we find it? Hook for 0, attack with Ghast. They go to 5. Fell Stinger is 3, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then we have like a treasure and a land to somehow deal 2 more damage, and I don't think I can. I don't think I can. How about Hook for 3? Doesn't leave me enough mana to do anything interesting. They're stuck on 5 lands. I think if I kill these dragons, I'm in good shape. Yeah, they don't have the mana to take a turn here. So what are they going to do? This is 3 points of burn to the face now. How do we get the last couple points? Just hope the Haven hits. It hit before. They didn't have an answer to it before. But they've seen a lot of cards since then. But they also used all of their treasures last turn on a dragon, which shows that they didn't have an easy interaction point for it. So yeah, I think the odds of Haven hitting, they would have had to have top decked an answer right here. Okay, it's going in. The third dragon? Are you kidding me right now? It's a hit. It's a hit. Suffer, is it? Suffer deeply. I am curious because they missed land drops. What did they discard to the Windfalls? They discarded land. Punished. Hand looks good, but on the draw and with a plains instead of a swamp, it's rough. It's rough for Snowfield Sinkhole, man. And now we get the treatment from Mono White. We get the business. Interesting. Instead of boasting, they get down Paladin class. You know what it is. It's survive long enough to hook them. If we do that, we'll be fine. You want some? Yeah, they're taking the slow bus right now, aren't they? I may have to use a Vanishing Verse on the Paladin class eventually. For now, though, let's just keep piling up the resources. What's sad about Edgar is it's so bad against Skyclave Apparition and Brutal Cathar. But maybe the opponent will play some of these cards early. Out of respect for the dies trigger on iTwitch, for example. You want a rumble? You want some? You do. I'll snap that off. You want to double strike this? Let's go. Of course they had it. They always have it. Looking good, though. It's time to go into board wipe tribal mode. Every game I've played against Mono White today so far, I've been mana screwed. It's been like just miserable trying to beat them. There's just been weird stuff wrong with the draw, or they've had the perfect card. This time, I'm coming for revenge. This time, they're mine. Get that out of here. Gotta make sure we're set up for Blood in the Snow. The opponent might double strike this Paladin class. I guess we need to take this then, just in case. But we could also just grab Mascots, because we're so close to casting it. So, I'm gonna count on the deck for a land, and it provided. Wow. Just wow. So we have Lulth in hand. Prefer to get Lulth in graveyard to get back with blood. So we'll hook him again. Really? I thought I killed that. Oh, the Paladin class. Nice. Okay. My bad. I hope that doesn't kill me. I'll get another shot at it. I'll get another shot at it. Wow, what a thing to blow. It's freaking mono white, dude. It brings out the worst in me. My brain just shuts down. My eyes start rolling into the back of my head. But that was a bad mistake. Don't make that mistake. I do this so you don't have to. Pick your poison, buddy. What you gonna do? What's it gonna be? You know they're not excited to see this hand. They're gonna have to level Paladin class because they're gonna have to get in with the Haven before I find a Field of Ruin. I think that's the only realistic way to get the job done. See, attacking here, they hit me for 6. I wonder if I can play Lolth next turn. If they top deck a Brutal Cathar, then I still block the Adeline, and I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm not dead. And then I Blood on the Snow. Yeah. Yeah, probably can play Lolth next turn. Ah, God, are they just going to rope out on this? Are they still deciding, or did they just walk away from their computer or throw their iPad across the room? Who knows? Who knows? I know when my opponent misplays against me, and then I still get... like, I run into like a perfect hand and still lose, I get salty. Oh, do I get salty. All right, Massacre. The computer has decided the answer is nothing. And now they're here. Yep, they just timed out on that because they were mad.
Their hands in the blood of my... We will slay our enemies.
They let that time out of anger. And if they could, I need to somehow find a way to show them this Blood in the Snow I top decked. Like, bro, check this out, bro.
Subservience will be rewarded. I will cull the weak.
Here's some spiders. It's gonna be some extra damage.
I, the generous one.
Just a little extra damage.
You reek with terror. A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Or Masticore. This misplaying noob in top 300 mythic, he screwed up his hook and I still lost. That game is stupid. And we are back for the post-game wrap. And what do I have to say after recording the games and playing them? Edgar, every time something went wrong, I blamed Edgar. I think, yeah, one of the white battles, I even say Edgar is trash at the end of it. Look, it's not trash. It's a good card and all. Just gets exiled too much, gets bounced too much. Like the top 2 decks of the format, White and Izzet. Bounce it, exile it. Bounce it, exile it. He doesn't do what you want him to do. It was what really, to me, it was the testing ground for this card. And Grandpa Money, you make for a good title and thumbnail, but I don't think you really pass. I think the format is hostile. I think that you're much better at sparring with card decks that would kill you, like mono green, you know? If the format or mono red, yeah, like this against red is really good, pooping out the lifelink vampires. The problem is that the format's all blue and white. The problem, he said, the format is blue. Gosh, what if part of this is my fault? Anyway, the irony. Anyway, try it if you want to. Edgar certainly hasn't worked out for me in aggressive vampires or mid-range vampire shells, so at least he has a spot to play a little bit of magic here. But try Soren out too, and don't be afraid to shift over to the V-neck enthusiast himself. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.